Hey, it is Tyler once again here with the BJB Show, and we're coming to you now. Okay, admittedly, I screwed this up. I'm just going to be very transparent as much as I possibly can. I screwed this up. This is the second time of us trying to run through this, and for some odd reason, the record didn't start recording. So, but now I got it under control. Okay, so where to begin? Okay, so first things first. I have a new co-host. So I'm going to introduce to you my other half, my soon-to-be extremely, she'll be my partner in crime. How's that? We'll just leave it at that. We've got plans for you. All right. So unfortunately, she's not here in the studio with me, but she is on the phone. So I'd like to introduce to you guys my co-host, Dee Dee.
Hi, everybody.
Hey. How are you, honey?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm so
got it all together now?
I do. I see nothing but red here all over the place, So, I'm sorry you couldn't be here in the studio with me, but, I know you have your long hours. I have mine. So that's fine. It is what it is. But I'm glad you're here. Are you excited for today?
I'm very excited. About our guest.
Good. Okay. So without boring you guys to tears, I will tell you a little bit about this young lady that, and when I say young lady, I'll say, she's a young lady, and she's tiny. She's like 4 foot nothing. Okay. She's like 4 foot nothing. And she is a firecracker. Literally a firecracker. You'll hear it. You'll hear it in her voice, because when she starts to talk, she's gone. She's gone. Okay. All right. So she has a laundry list of her resume. Did you get a chance to look at her resume, hon?
I did look at her resume.
Yeah, she's got a lot.
She's got a lot going on.
Yeah, she's got a bunch of different plates, that she's spinning here. So, all right. So I'm not even going to try to go by memory. I'm just going to read it off the screen, and let's take it from there. So, she is a former professional ice skater. She is a best-selling author. She is a swing club owner. Oh. You know what? I just realized I read that twice last time, so I'm glad we're doing this over. Let's see. She is a lifestyle coach. Now, if you guys remember, that's what this podcast is all about. We're about bridging that gap between us alternative lifestyle people, the kink, the swingers, things like that, and the traditional. So we are about bridging the gap between traditional and non-traditional relationships, lifestyles, and things like that. Okay. So that is one of the reasons why I asked this young lady to come on and speak with us. All right. She's also a motivational speaker, and she has her own podcast, but we'll talk about that later. And last but not least, on this laundry list of a resume, she's also an adult performer. I said swing club owner last time twice. She's an adult performer. So we're going to tie all of that in to this one big circle. All right. As we bring in our illustrious guest, Miss Coralyn Jewel. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Hi, Coralyn.
Good.
Hi, honey. How are you?
We're doing great.
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, you guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming.
On.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Welcome.
We know you have an extremely busy schedule. And I'm glad you really took the time out to sit down with us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. You're in California, right?
I'm in Cali.
Yeah. So you're enjoying that 3-hour time difference.
It works right now. 7 o'clock for me, 10 o'clock for you guys. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works for her right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, so wow, where do we start? You literally have a laundry list of a resume here.
Well, let's start with this. I want to know what Coralyn did for the weekend.
Okay.
It's Monday. What'd you do this weekend?
It feels like Sunday. It's Monday. I hosted a swingers party at a clothing optional resort for the entire weekend. So a hotel takeover with catering, and we had a stand-up comedy show. We had vendors Saturday, right? Was vendors. We had 2 birthdays. We had playrooms open and motor bunnies going and sex swings going and
wait.
Wow, that sounds like
wait.
Bartender.
What's motor bunny? What's a motor bunny?
A motor bunny is like a Sibian. It's the same thing as a Sibian, except that it rotates and vibrates. Now we need one that rotates, vibrates, and goes up and down, and then we're all set.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. There you go. Learn something new every day. A motor bunny.
I guess this was local, someplace local for you?
About an hour and a half away from me. So out in
okay.
Palm Springs, it's a clothing optional resort, and we buy the hotel for the entire weekend. And then I bring in my staff, and I bring in my catering team, and
Right.
my entertainment, and yeah, it's a fun weekend.
Wow.
And do you do this often?
I do that particular location about 6 times a year, and then I do other locations. I just had a Halloween party, October 30th, and then I also had, I'm having a holiday Christmas party in Hollywood, coming up in December.
Oh, wow. Sounds good.
Really? Wow. Where's our invite?
Busy.
Wow.
Right.
You
Wow.
still have time.
Yeah.
We could do the podcast. It's 2 mansions side by side, 5,000 square feet each mansion.
Whoa. Wow, that would make a hell of a content party out there too, huh?
Right?
Really? Nice. Sure. Okay. All right. So that was your weekend. I would really hesitate to say that ours was not that exciting, right, hon?
No, not that exciting.
not that exciting at all.
Did you sleep? That's the key. Like, you got to sleep, I'm sure.
We did.
Yes, we did.
We did. Honestly, I think we slept too much. I think we slept too much this weekend. All right. So go ahead. What were you going to say?
Oh, no, I was just looking again at her resume, and there's just, you do these parties. That's obviously not the bulk of what you do. What would you consider the bulk of what you do?
It's hard to say because it all kind of ties together. So,
Okay.
I mean, I can tell you a little bit about how I got where I am if you want me to go there.
Yeah, let's definitely start there. That's
let's go there.
because that was actually one of the questions.
Yeah.
We want to know how you first got into. Well, not even got into. How did you find out or figure out that you were quote unquote different? And that you weren't looking for a traditional relationship.
I kind of felt, so I felt like everything that I always say that when I do my motivational speaking and stuff like that, I say that, in our lives, we all get thrown curveballs, and it's what direction you choose to take that. And sometimes you might not make the right choice, but you'll learn from your choice. And I think ultimately, every curveball that was thrown to me took me to where I think I need to be, in the end, which is motivational speaking. And motivational speaking, to speak to people about why it's so important to discover who you are first and be true to yourself and true to your kinks or your fetishes, or and so that's ultimately where I think I need to be, I guess, if that makes sense. I got involved in everything. It started as I was a competitive figure skater. I was going for the Olympics for South Africa. I was born in South Africa.
Ooh,
I was injured when I was 18.
okay.
And so my entire life growing up was skating. I was going to go to the Olympics for South Africa. Then I got my degree in theatrical production. And then I was going to open up my own ice skating show and travel the world. And things changed
Wow.
when I was injured. Yeah. So at 18 years old, I kind of just had to go, oh, fuck. Okay. Now what do I do?
Right.
Yeah.
And I got my degree and I got married and I moved to Sweden. That's where I think I was telling you guys earlier. That's why I speak fluent Swedish. I lived in Sweden for 4 years. I coached the skating team in Sweden. And when I came back, I just kind of realized I was burnt out on skating. I was a mom. And then one thing led to another. I got involved in swinging with my husband. And then from there, we ended up being divorced because of swinging. And then it led to modeling, which led to dancing, which led to somebody wanting to invest into me to start a swingers club. And then it went so on and so on and so on. And then I got into the adult performing and I became an adult performer. And I mean, I can keep going. It's crazy. That's why I wrote a book. So I put it all into a book.
Well, let me ask you. Okay,
Yes.
so let me ask you. You mentioned that you got divorced because of the swinging.
Yes, that's correct.
A lot of people get into swinging. Excuse me. They get into swinging thinking that it will fix their relationships.
Correct.
Now,
And that's completely wrong.
is that something? Is that what happened with you guys, or?
No, my story was a little bit different. It was 2008, I believe. It was like the housing market was crashing, and I owned when I came back from Sweden, I owned a mobile fitness company for children. I opened up a company that would travel to preschools and daycares, and I would teach kids about health and fitness in different preschools and daycares. And when the housing market hit, all of my daycares were closing their doors because parents were losing their jobs. So they were pulling their kids from daycare. And so that's when my husband at the time said, women sell their underwear online to make like extra money. And I thought he was crazy. But then I kind of did some research into it. I'm giving you a short version. And I built a website and got on Craigslist at the time and said, buy my juicy panties. And he came home and I made like $400 of sales in a day. And he looked at me and
Wow.
he's like, no, I'm joking. And I was like, what? But what? Like, you're joking. Look what I made. So then that business turned into like people asking me, well, do you do webcamming in the panties and then sell them? Do you do custom videos? And that's how we got into swinging. Was someone requested a video of me with my husband, like us having sex together. And then we did that. Well, we tried. It didn't work. My husband, he couldn't get, we were so drunk. We were so nervous. We couldn't do it. And then he came to me and he said, I kind of liked having people watch us have sex. And I was like, well, that would be a great idea if they actually saw us have sex. We didn't actually have sex. And he was like, yeah, but we could. I think we could. And so that's how we got into swinging. But at the time, we didn't have anybody to guide us or tell us, the etiquette or the rules or what to be careful of and stuff like
Right.
that. And so we made a lot of mistakes. And, I talk about those in my book. And then that's ultimately why we got divorced because, swinging is about sex and it's about enlightening and enhancing your relationship with your partner. And it's not a thing you want to
Right.
get into to save your marriage. That's going to screw up your marriage even more. And for us, I think we lacked the communication and also we didn't like know the rules. And so he developed an emotional connection with a couple that we would play with.
Gotcha.
So yeah, and lied to me. I caught him. I caught him on it. Short version again, and then we got divorced. We separated, and then she left her husband back to me and was like, I I made a mistake and I couldn't forgive him. I was just like, I can't forgive because I gave you the opportunity to look me in the eyes and say, you know what, you're right. I do have an emotional connection with this particular female and we need to stop. And you didn't do
Right.
that. And so people always say, why would you start a swingers club and why would you stay in that lifestyle then? Ultimately, when you lost a 14-year marriage and you have 2 kids with this man. And it was because that at that point we had developed, that was our community. And those were the people that we got along with. And those were our friends. And so I stayed. And that's that curveball. One thing led to,
Right.
I needed to make money. I didn't own my fitness company. I was doing webcamming, custom videos, panties. That led to modeling. That led to dancing. And then it led to somebody saying to me, don't you know something about swinging? I'd like to invest in you to start a club. That was in 2012. I started my swingers club, and it's now a little over 18,000 members.
Whoa.
Wow. That's
Wow.
huge.
Okay.
Yes.
Now,
So you still own the club?
Still own my club. Yeah. So we started it as a standstill, like a property. It's called an on-premise play club. And that closed due to people are awful and people are ruthless. We'll just leave it at that. And then,
Okay.
I kept going. And so I do hotel takeovers and I do meet and greets and I'll buy a nightclub for the night, or I'll buy a strip club,
Right.
or I'll do like a meet and greet at a vanilla bar, which would mean like regular people are
Okay.
there, but we're just,
Yeah.
providing people a place to meet. So stuff like that. And then it led to, gosh, I don't even can't even think straight. Let's see, dancing, swinging, the webcam. Somehow I got into porn. I don't remember how, but then everything.
It just kind of blends in there with everything else.
Yeah, I know how, because I was on Sexy Jobs looking for modeling jobs. That's what happened, and I got a job because I have a degree in theater. I got a job as a director
Okay.
in porn in LA,
Oh,
and when I was on
wow.
set. Yeah, when I was on set, the producer said to me, you should be a performer. And I was like, no, I'm 36 years old. And he was like, no, you should be a performer. And so I got into performing. And that led to,
Wow.
I don't know. So I was performing and webcamming and custom videos and still doing the fitness for kids. And then somehow, and the swingers club. And then somebody said to me, you do really good events. Do you think that you could plan my wedding? And then all of a sudden I became a wedding planner. And then somebody came to
wow.
me and said, you should write a book. And so then I wrote a book, and then it became an international bestseller. And then the publisher said to me, you should be a coach, because you're always coaching people at your events. And you're always instead of
Yes.
being a
Tell
hostess,
us about
you're,
that, if you could.
yeah.
Lifestyle coaching. What is that about?
So what happened was that, and she, I have my publisher to thank for a lot of where my career is going. She was right. I was at an event and I'm making sure that the bartender's good. And what time's the entertainment start? And is my staff cleaning the playrooms? And are they watching the front door? And have the cops arrived yet? And all this kind of different stuff. And,
Okay.
the cops, they love me. They're like, hi. I'm like, hi, you guys are back. You have no crime out here, do you? So, anyway, so that led to that, but it's true. But she said, you're always breaking up an argument. There's always an argument going on with some couple or something. And, some girl's crying or somebody's in the corner, whatever it is. And she says, those are the kind of people you need to approach and tell them they need to leave, or they need to take it away, and they need to go through a coaching session with you so that you can help them work through their issues if they want to remain in this lifestyle, and do it right, and do it where it does enhance. And so that's how I started doing lifestyle coaching. And then that led to the motivational speaking. So, and
Wow.
I'm now working on my second book. I'm working on a documentary on the first book. And then the podcast also came out of all of that, educating people on the lifestyle and educating people in the adult entertainment industry how to be safe and how to run background checks and how to protect yourself and stuff like that.
Wow.
It all comes from mistakes that I made. I'm trying to help people not make the mistakes that I've made.
Right.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Well, let me ask you this about the, you know what? I just lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought. Okay, never mind. We'll think it. We'll come up with that later. Okay, so what I wanted to do, I want you to, because you mentioned it a couple times about your life as a former professional skater.
Okay.
Now, you said you started when you were 18, or that's when you?
No,
No,
I
it
started
ended.
skating. I started figure skating when I was 3 years old. My family immigrated from South Africa. I started out here in San Diego figure skating. And I was a singles skater until I got to, I would say about 15, 16 years old. 16 years old, I ended up skating pairs because I'm tiny. Not so tiny
Yes, we
anymore, but I'm tiny.
noticed. We noticed.
Yeah.
So I started figure skating, and then I realized that because I was not 18 yet, I still had dual citizenship, South Africa and the United States. And so contacted the South African embassy, and they don't have or didn't have anybody to represent them for pairs in figure skating. And so that was my goal. And then I moved to Wisconsin to skate with a partner who dropped me and stopped.
Oh, wow.
Wait. Dropped you as
And
in
that's how you were
physically dropped
injured?
you?
Physically dropped me. Yes.
Wow.
That's how you were injured.
Okay.
Yes, injured to the point where I was trying to fight through it with painkillers and stuff, thinking that I could get through it. I could make it through training, but training at that level, we're on the ice from 5 a.m. till 8 p.m. I mean, of course we're off
Right.
taking breaks, lunch, whatever. I was done with
Of
school, so I
course.
wasn't doing school there, and I hadn't started college yet. I think I had done a semester down in San Diego State before moving to Wisconsin, and then I ended up coming back because that didn't work. And then I went to North Carolina because I got offered a skating scholarship there. And this coach thought that he could get me through my injuries and we could still train and still go to the Olympics for South Africa. And then he got arrested for tax fraud. So then came home.
Nice.
Wow. Sounds like a nice guy.
Yes.
Sounds like a really upstanding guy there. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Well, all right. So when the ice melts, the story of Coralyn Jewel. I took that off the screen. Let me put that back up there just for one quick second. So this is the story of Coralyn Jewel as a former skater. What else is in here? What else is
everything that I told you with a lot more detail.
Okay.
So
All right.
it is
Okay.
my story of how you go from
getting broken
curveballs, how all these different things, occur. and I mean, the podcast is not in there. The motivational speaking is not in there.
Okay.
That's why you're working on your second book.
That all came from the book. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, what happened with the book was, what I always tell people is everybody has a story and everybody can learn from everybody else's story. And when you think your story is boring or your life is boring, you know what? It's not, because every single person has something that you can share with someone and we can listen and learn from it. And so the book is a combination of all these different things that I have, all these hurdles between the ice skating and the marriage and the swinging and I built this fitness company. I built this amazing mobile kids fitness company that was just thriving. And then 2008 hits and my phone would ring 6 times a day. And it's like, we have to close the daycare. And it was just like, you got to be freaking kidding me,
Yeah.
And
Horrible.
so that, and it's so again, and it's like, you get these curveballs thrown and you're like, well, now what am I going to do? Skating's gone, right? My husband's gone, that's over. I'm doing, webcamming and videos, but I'm, and then somebody says you should model. And then that led to the directing, which led to the adult stuff. And then when I was on a set in the adult industry performing, a friend of mine said to me, you should, I live up in Reno. I live at the Cat House. I live, I live at one of Dennis Hoff's brothels, and I'm going to help you get a job there. And you can go up there on the weekends or, a Thursday through a Tuesday, and you can work up there. And so all of those stories are in the book with a little bit of detail of things that I've experienced and hurdles at each of them. And so now each book in my series is going to focus just on swinging. So the next book's just about the swingers community. What have I seen? Some of the crazy stuff I've seen.
Oh, wow.
What have I learned from it? Yeah. What is some of the etiquette? What's the terminology? And what mistakes did I make that we can learn from? And then my next book's going to be all about the porn industry and then so on.
Oh, wow. So there's going to be a series. So this was the first book of the series?
That's the first book of the series. I'm working on the second, and I need more
second.
time, which is kind of why I let the weddings go, because I need more time to write. I got to write. So
need more time in the day. Yeah.
I do need more time in the day.
Gotcha. Okay.
We all need that.
Yeah.
Yes.
We all do. Okay, so now you mentioned something. Okay, so let me say this. Okay, so to our listeners, viewers, okay, because we are on YouTube as well as doing the regular podcast. Okay, so we had the opportunity. Dee and I had the opportunity to meet Coralyn Jewel at the recent New Jersey Exotica. Now this is 2021, so everyone keep that in mind. So we had the opportunity to meet Coralyn at the Exotica, and while she was there, she had a couple of seminars. She ran a couple of seminars, and she mentioned a little bottle. Now, tell us about your little lube thing that you have going on here, little lady.
My lube. So I have it right. I show it to you, and then I'll tell you guys about it. So let's see if you can see it.
All right, hold on.
The front.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
There's the back with all the information. And then, of course, I have a website for it. But what it is in the adult industry, you get sore and lube tastes like crap.
Mhm.
And so I was always trying to find something better. And the best thing out there is like coconut oil. But coconut oil is not compatible with condoms. And so I also wanted to find something that could help like your muscles relax, like especially like if you're a woman or if you get sore or if you do anal, you need to be able to relax.
Right.
And
Yeah.
also I hate lube that tastes like crap, smells like crap, and is sticky, like sticky lube. And so
Makes sense.
I got together with some scientists first in North Dakota, and we had this whole project going, and then they just like bounced out. And so I kept going, and I got a company in Utah. It's like one of the, I think they say that's the only like FDA regulated facility. Not that my lube's not FDA approved, nothing with it's a CBD personal lubricant. So it's got no taste, no smell. It's 100% organic. It's edible, but I don't say like drink the bottle. Okay. But it doesn't taste like anything. It's just got MCT oil, cannabidiol, and then cannabinol or cannabid. I can never pronounce this word, cannabidiol, and then the other one. Anyways, but I don't know if you can see it. Let's see here. If I go up like this. Where's the camera? I don't know.
I see it. Yeah.
You see it?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me get
And it
that out
just
of the way.
stays like that. Yeah, it'll just stay like that. It doesn't, there's no sticky, there's no smell, nothing.
Nice.
And it's amazing. And it's got 500 milligrams of CBD in it. It's good for your muscles. And so we're now in the process of developing another one. So this one cannot be used with condoms. Can't be used with latex. So it's not latex friendly. And then my next one's going to be latex friendly. And this one has no THC. We've extracted that. The next one, we're going to leave the THC in. That one will make anal easier.
Okay.
Oh, that one will make
Wow.
anal easier? Is that what you said? Oh,
Yeah, because
okay.
it'll relax you more.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
my lube.
Wow.
For
Okay.
you. So what you do is you have a problem and you just solve it. So that's
Solve
what
it
you
for
do.
yourself
Kind of.
and for
I mean,
everybody
yeah,
else.
I developed a swingers lifestyle game. So that's a game where, when you're at a swingers event, like a house party, sometimes it's hard to break the ice and get
Yeah,
everybody.
it's
Maybe
hard
there's
to get the
sometimes people that know each
conversations
other.
going.
Yeah, and then there's new people that don't know anybody. So it's a card game, and it's just like a truth or dare with a twist. I pulled it out on Friday night. We do game night at my party on Friday night, which is like we have a hotel, it's a hotel takeover, 24 hotel rooms. Everybody opens their doors, faces the pool, and you have game night. So you can have Cards of Humanity, or I throw out a bunch of my hanky-panky lifestyle games, and it gets people to go room to room and play games and meet people.
Nice. Oh, that sounds like so much fun.
That sounds pretty
fun.
I love
interesting.
games.
That
It's
sounds
fun.
That would be
that
right up
sounds
my
very
alley.
interesting. Oh, really?
Yes.
Really?
I would bring you guys
Yeah.
a game. I should have given you guys one when I saw you in Jersey. I had my
Oh,
games.
that would
Oh,
have been awesome.
did you have them then?
I did. I had my games. I had my lube, my book, my calendar, and then what else did I have with me? Oh, and me. That's enough.
And you,
yeah. Oh, yeah, and that's right. It was your birthday too. How did your birthday go? Because I remember
Probably the
you.
best birthday I've ever had. It was so much
Oh,
fun.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It was
awesome.
really, really fun.
Nice.
And we did We just partied Saturday night till I think like 5 or 6 in the morning. I think the funniest thing we did was we went outside and somebody had ordered food from the restaurant, and then I guess they got in their Uber and they left it, so they didn't even touch it. And we were so hungry, and they hadn't even touched it. And so I know we're crazy.
Oh,
We call it
wow.
we ate bench pasta. That's what we call it.
Bench pasta.
Nice.
Oh my god, it was so much fun.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Wait,
Now-
before we go off the subject, before I forget, what is you said you have your own cards? Your card game?
Oh, my hanky panky lifestyle game cards. So
Okay.
again, those are, I think everything links from my Coralyn Jewel website, or it's the Jewels. So it's JEWELS, JewelsCBDLubricant.com. Currently, that's my
Right.
website right now. And that's where you
Okay.
can get the lube, the game, and the book as well.
So
Oh,
that
awesome.
would be, let's see. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. That would be this, right?
Coralyn Jewel's Boutique. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the first thing you're greeted with when you get here is an age verification page.
Yes. Correct.
And then you don't lie and say that you're over 18 and you're not. So be truthful here, okay? All right, so
Who are you talking to?
I'm just So I'm over 18. I'm over 18. Now I'm clicking on the home page, and from the home page you'll see all of this. Look, there she is on her own podcast. There's the lube, right? That's the lube in there. Look at you.
That's the lube in
Lube in the
there.
titties.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Ooh. Okay.
And you said you have a calendar too, right?
I do. That's right here. So that's just came out. So I have a calendar.
Oh,
It
nice.
can be bought on.
Hold on. Let me
it's
see.
called fanfare.vip or yeah, I think that's it. What is it on? I think it's Fanfare. But also, I'm going to be selling it at my my Washington Exotica coming up next.
Right, coming up in December.
Oh, it sucks that I can't be there. It sucks that we can't be there. I will be down at Key West that weekend.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah, you poor thing. Feel so bad for you.
I'll be down in
I
Key
do
West
too.
that
My heart
weekend.
goes pitter-patter.
Oh, well, you know what? I wouldn't be so disappointed if I wasn't driving. So we're driving from New Jersey. We're driving from New Jersey all the way down to Key West. So that
How
is
far
a
is that? How many hours?
24 and a half. It's actually 20. Yeah, it's 23, but we're going to probably
Without
stop.
stopping.
Yeah, that's without stopping.
Just
You
know that
you
I'll
have to
never
stop.
take that trip with you.
Well,
I'll never take that trip with you. No,
gee,
thank you.
thanks, hon. I appreciate it.
No.
I appreciate it.
I dreaded my hour and a half drive back right now. So
An hour and a half? Wow. I can do that with my eyes closed. Just saying.
It's all you.
Just saying. Okay. So, let's see. Now, this is what I'm going to do.
okay.
I'm going to put up your what is this? Where'd it go? Your link tree? Was that link tree I saw?
Oh, I just did. What did
All
I
my
just
links.
do? One of those.
The all my links thing. I'm going to throw that up.
I just did that. Yeah, please do, because that's way easier than all the other.
Yeah, I'm going to throw that up. I'm going to let everybody take a look. Let everyone else take a look, and they'll see see how to reach out to Coralyn and all of her different. Like I said, she has a laundry list of contacts, web pages, different
Oh my God,
sites,
look at that.
platforms.
Can you find me somebody to manage all that?
Yeah. What you're doing your own? You're
Been
doing
on
your
there.
stuff by yourself?
I'm doing all my stuff by myself right now, but I'm looking to hire somebody to do it because I can't. To handle all of that, the podcast and the updates and the new releases and the documentary and the book and then still performing and the lube and yeah, I need help.
Really?
And trying to find time to write.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to, and then I
And
write
you're
every
a
week when I do a
mom.
podcast. I'm a mom. I have 2 boys, and then when I do my podcast, I release a blog every week
Oh,
that has to
wow.
do with the person that was on my podcast. So, like,
Gotcha.
this was the first time in a year that I told my producer, I said, I just don't have time to get a podcast for releasing today. Or yeah, is today Monday? Yeah, so I released I guess
Yeah.
today. But I don't want somebody else to write for me, so I need somebody to handle that stuff so that I can write and I can do my book and
Right.
I wrote my documentary script, so that I'm writing too. It's all those are the things I want to do. I don't want to pass those off to somebody else.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well,
you got plenty to delegate.
Yeah, well, we can talk a little bit after the show here. We can talk a little bit after the
Sounds
show.
good.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
All right. Okay, so everyone check out Miss Coralyn Jewel's links here. The site is allmylinks.com/sweetbluecj. Okay? allmylinks.com/sweetbluecj. All right? So, now that we've gotten your backstory out of the way, let's spend some time discussing the non-traditional and what people need to do, or how people can really find their truth instead of living in today's skewed society driven, dictatorship. Because I've got a few friends that when I speak to them one-on-one or in a small group setting, it's the basic locker room talk. Oh, I did this. Me and my girl did this. I had my hand so far up my wife's whatever, that kind of stuff. But then, in mixed crowds, then it's like, oh my God, I'm so offended, blah, blah. Come on, stop it. Stop.
Yeah.
What are some of your suggestions for people to really just live?
Open up.
Yeah, open up.
Yeah. So I mean, first of all, it's interesting because for me, when I got in the adult industry, okay, as a performer, I didn't tell anybody, and I didn't tell people I was a webcam girl. I didn't tell people I sold my underwear online. As far as people knew, I owned a mobile fitness company for children, and I was a wedding planner later on. I wasn't a swing club owner, stuff like that. And you start to realize that your white lies don't match anymore, okay? You can't remember who you told what and where
Oh,
you're going
yeah.
where. And, my mom would say to me, why are you're in Vegas modeling? And I'm like, no, I'm in Vegas doing my podcast. And she's like, what podcast? And I'm like, oh, well, I was a guest on a podcast. Why are you a guest on a podcast? Because of modeling. Why are you
I'm
guest?
model.
Okay, no, I'm a guest because I wrote a freaking book, and that's why I'm a guest. What do you mean you wrote a book? And so, I realized that you can't remember. And so I realized as soon as you can come true to who you are and be proud of who you are, or at least, come clean. Okay, so you know what? Yeah, I wrote a book because I wanted to teach people about the swinger lifestyle community and about being in the adult industry and how you can be an adult performer and you don't come from drug addiction and you don't come because you were sexually, abused as a child and stuff like that. Only then, when you're comfortable with who you are, can you then tell people around you, yeah, I own a swingers club. I own a damn good swingers club. I have 18,000 members and I run a community, or I'm an adult performer and, I wrote a book and my book's an international bestseller and it took me to do podcasting and it took me to do lifestyle coaching and motivational speaking. And I'm proud of who I am and I'm proud that I can help people. And so you have to first say to yourself, you know what? So I'm interested in BDSM. I want to try it. I want to see what it's like to go to a dungeon, or I want to see what it's like to be flogged. And then I always tell people that sometimes when fantasy meets reality, it might not be what you expected it to be. And you can, at that point in your life, say, you know what? A threesome was
That's
a
not for
threesome. And
me.
it really wasn't my thing. I'm not for me. Or you can say, you know what, there was things that I liked about it and there was things that I didn't like about it, and let me reevaluate and try it again and see if the next time around is it better, and so that's
Right.
what I tell people in my motivational speaking. I talk to people who are webcam performers or adult performers, and they still won't post on Facebook because they don't want their family to know, or you can't tag them on Facebook if you're taking a picture with them at Exotica, or and I'm like, you're 45 years old, you're a mother of 5 kids, you're married, your husband's here supporting you.
Right.
If somebody around you, if your aunt or your uncle or your brother or your sister are going to judge you because you're making a living and you're making a good living and you're taking care of your family, and so what? Are you hurting anybody? Are you doing drugs? Are you murdering people? Are you stealing? Are you robbing? You know what I mean? And so for me, I have a completely different outlook now, and I feel like a breath of fresh air, But it's interesting. My father read my book. And my mom's read my book. My mom listens to my podcast and she supports everything. She's amazing. Okay?
Nice.
My
Wow.
father
So
knew
what
everything.
was that reaction like?
She's amazing. She just said, when she read my book, she says, "Was I a bad mom?" And I'm like, "No. Where did you get that from? Go read it again." You
Right.
read that wrong. But she listens to my podcast. She supports me and she loves me unconditionally. And you should love your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, your mother, your child unconditionally if they're not doing anything wrong and it's not hurting other people and it's not hurting you and it's not
Right.
hurting them. Whereas my father read my book and he won't speak with me. So
Ooh, really?
my book is dedicated. My book is dedicated to him.
Oh, wow.
First page is dedicated to my father, right there.
Wow.
Wow.
And he knows that. And #1 international bestseller, and he refuses to speak with me.
Wow.
Wow.
And that's awful. That's the most awful thing. When your
That is
birthday,
awful.
I'm in Exotica for my birthday, and my own father doesn't call me, text me, email me, nothing. That's awful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that sucks.
Absolutely.
So my advice to people that are listening is don't do that. Don't do that to your sister, your
No,
daughter, your mother, your
no.
brother, your aunt, your uncle, your cousin. Don't do that. It's awful. It's the meanest thing you can
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
is
That's just wrong.
stop your unconditional love just because somebody's chosen a career path as a webcam performer or opening up an OnlyFans page or whatever it may be,
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me ask you about your kids. Like, what do they know? What don't they know?
They know everything.
Are you complete?
They know
everything.
Okay. Your kids
How
are
is it?
adults? Your kids are adults?
They're 18 and 14. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So they know everything, and they're funny. I mean, like, I'll say to my 14-year-old, I'm like, "Can you help me with Snapchat? Like, I don't understand premium versus not." And he's like, "Do not put your phone in my hands."
What does he expect to find?
I don't know. I don't know. And I know he's watched porn. He watches porn, and I go to him. I go, "So, like, what kind of porn do you like? Do you like boy girl or like MILF?" And he goes, "I'm not watching you." Okay. And I go, "Okay, perfect. That's all I wanted to know."
That is funny.
But they know, and I tell them, I say, there's gonna be a point in your life that your friends or somebody are gonna say, "I think I saw your mom on the internet," or "I think your mom's a porn star." And I told them that all you need to say is, "Yeah, my mom's hot and my mom can do that for a living." And then I said, and walk away before they have a comeback. Just go.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, I had a similar.
A lot of my mail comes to me as Coralyn, and so they'll just be like, if I get a box, I'll say, "Can you guys open that?" If I'm not home, and they're like, "Nope, we brought it in, but we're not opening it." So they're funny.
Nice.
Wow, that's
Nice.
great though.
Yeah, I had a little similar incident with my youngest son. He and when well, back in the day when I was performing, my youngest son and his mother, they were walking past an adult store because it was right on the way of going home from work.
Okay.
So they're walking past an adult store, and she says, "Hey, let me ask you something. When you get old enough to go into a store and that store right over there, what would you do if you go in there and you go to pick up a video and you see your father on it?" He said, I'll put it down and get another one. I thought that was the funniest thing I had ever heard. And I was like, yes, my boys are fine with everything I'm doing. So at that point, it was like full speed ahead. But now, you know, it's just funny to hear. It's funny to hear a kid's reaction to their parents, to someone that they have known all their lives, and all of a sudden they're getting this attention. They're letting themselves be sexual, and now here they are coming to that age where they're sexual. So it's like, ew, or yeah, all right, cool.
What's nice about it too is like my kids are so comfortable to come to me and talk to me about things,
Right.
condoms and safe sex and birth control and masturbation and porn or whatever it may be, you know, and they'll come to me and they come to me with everything. I've always told them, I'm not going to judge you. I might be upset with you. You might have made a bad choice, but I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to help you get through it, and we're going to explain why it was a bad choice. So they'll even let me know, you know, there's this kid that wants to fight us at school or fight me at school, and I want you to know, Mom, I'm not going to go look for this kid. But if the kid comes to me, I'm going to fight like you've taught me to fight, and you've taught me to stand up for myself, you know, and you know, at least they tell me, they come to me and then we talk about it. You know, is it really worth the physical altercation and how did this occur in the first place and so on. And that comes with stuff sexually as well. So that is another thing that I'm really happy with, is that my boys, I don't ever have to worry. They'll come to me with everything, anything. We joke, we laugh,
And
you know,
do you
and there's
think
no
you would,
secret.
do you think you would have that open relationship if you made some story up about what you do for a living? Do you think you would have
Right?
that?
I
I
don't
don't think
think
you would
so.
have that, you
No. And I
know?
mean, they didn't know what I did when they were younger. My 14-year-old found out, or my 18-year-old, who's now 18, found out when he was 14 because he walked in on a phone conversation with me and my father, where my father had just found out, and he was screaming and yelling at me and telling me I wasn't welcome at Thanksgiving, and he was going to disown me and my kids, and I needed to quit.
Oh,
And my kid walked
jeez.
into me crying hysterically on the phone with my dad. And when I looked at him, he, you know, I had to explain, like, okay, sit down. I got to tell you what's going on. So that's how he
This is
found out.
it.
And then I was going to say, and then I had to call my mom, because we used to do Thanksgiving together as a family, even though they were divorced, you know, and then I had to call my mom and be like, well, I'm not welcome to Thanksgiving and my kids are not welcome to Thanksgiving. And my mom's like, well, I don't want to go if you guys aren't going to be there. That's the only reason I'm going. So I'm like, sit down. Let me tell you. So that's how she found out. So.
Right. Wow.
Gotcha. So your father found
And
it
I'm telling
first.
anybody who's listening, don't keep it a secret, because sooner or later, you do one video, one nude picture, it's on the internet. End of discussion. It's out there.
Yeah.
So
Right.
think about that and make sure that that's what you want to do and you're okay to do. I just did a wedding on Friday night. You know, and she threatened me by saying, I found your side job, and sends me a picture of my Coralyn Jewel Instagram. And I'm thinking, bitch, you might want to listen to the freaking podcast, because I talk openly about how I'm a wedding planner too, you know? And
Wow.
sorry. But you have to guess knew I was a porn star. I tried to want to get my autograph while we were there, but whatever.
Right.
So, you know, but isn't that nice? I don't have to hide it.
Right.
You know, it wasn't like I went, oh my God, she knows I'm a wedding planner, now I can't do other weddings, or, you know, it was like, good, another follower.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like when you really think about it, it's like, why worry so much about what others think if you're not in a relationship? You don't see these people every day. You're not in a relationship.
No,
You don't owe them anything.
You don't.
No.
It goes with anything. If you don't approve of somebody smoking pot for whatever reason, fine. They let them smoke pot. It's their problem. It's their life, right?
Right.
Is it hurting you?
Right.
No. If you don't approve of somebody being an adult performer, then don't watch my movies, right? Or
Right.
if you don't approve of somebody being a swinger, then don't come to the swinger party. So what?
Right.
What's your problem? You know, the biggest thing I get is people will come to my swingers events and they'll be like, I gotta go. And I'm like, why? Because that's my uncle over there. That's my coworker over there. And I'm like, guess what? Your coworker's here too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I'd walk over and be like, well, thank God I don't have to keep this a secret from you anymore.
Yeah.
There you go. I like that answer.
Yeah.
I like that
Seriously.
answer.
So that's what people have to realize. If you're listening and you don't like what somebody else is doing, or, you know, if it's not hurting anybody physically, Not your problem.
Right.
Not your problem.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody wants to
exactly.
be in a polyamory relationship, or they want to do kink or BDSM, or they want to do wax play, or they want to, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Not your
There's
problem.
plenty of things that people are into or people are not into, or whatever floats your boat.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
just
Exactly.
mind your damn business. Mind your
Mind your
business.
damn business. That's how I am.
You
Very
know.
much so. Just, as long as you're not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
And then there's so many different aspects of swinging. Like when I do my lifestyle coaching, there's so many different aspects of it. People think that this is what my dad used to say, like, it's disgusting. Where are your morals? I mean, you just run orgies. And I go, yep, exactly. At 11 p.m., I ring a bell. I have a big, huge bell. And I go, penis is out, vagina's open. Let's get started. I mean, I'm like, it's not like that. It's
right.
not like that. You have so many different aspects, voyeurs and exhibitionists and hot wifing and somebody that wants a single girl only and unicorns and this and that and the other. And there's so many different variations.
Right. Right.
Right. Yeah, there is.
Right.
So
Yeah.
many flavors, I like to say.
So many
I like
flavors.
that. I had
Oh.
3 dates this weekend. I had a variety this weekend of flavors.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Okay.
I like that.
I did too.
Good for you.
Oh my
Good
goodness.
for you.
All right. What am I listening to here? Okay.
She had a
Well,
magical
Girl
weekend.
talk on the air.
no.
Yeah.
No. Hey, I'm fine with it. Okay. So, well, like I was saying, I have a bunch of friends that are, they're just, oh, that's another thing. Okay. So, again, one of my friends is, she's hell bent. I mean, don't get me wrong. Having a monogamous relationship is, whatever floats your boat. If that's what you want, then, but the way she describes it, it just comes off like she's just looking down her nose at anyone else that is not in a traditional relationship. What would you say to someone that like, now mind you have basically just given a little bit of the story itself, okay, as to what you would say, but give it to me crystal clear. What would you say to someone that is looking down at us
On people
alternative
that have
lifestyles?
alternative lifestyles.
Right.
First question, your friend, how old is she?
Ooh, she is 50. Ooh, 50.
Let's say she's
55. I think she's 55.
55. How many times has she been married?
That I don't know. I think she's been married twice. She has 2 kids.
This is what I say. I go through their life on that. How long have you been married? Have you been married? Why are you divorced? What happened? Ultimately, 90% of the time, they are divorced because one couple cheated on the other.
Exactly.
One partner cheated on the other.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
So I would say, what is the issue with being in a relationship with someone where you can at least be open with your partner and say, listen, I don't ever want to cheat on you. I don't ever want to hurt you, ever. But let's experience this together. Let's try this.
Right.
And maybe we don't like it. Maybe the turn on is just to go to a swingers club and just be watched. And you're like, oh my God, that was so hot with people watching us. Okay?
Yeah.
Or the other way.
I love being watched.
And so I always say to people, don't sit here and judge somebody on how they've chosen to live their life, because it sounds like your life ain't that your relationship status isn't so, perfect cookie cutter, relationship. If you're 55 and you're not still with the same man, you've gone through 2 different husbands already, you got 2 kids. I don't know if you can teach me anything yet about relationships and how to keep a partner,
Right.
So
You're right.
that's what I say. And everything is different. I mean, there's people that come to my swingers events that I will look them in the face and say to them, you guys are doing this so wrong, and I can bet money that you two will be divorced in a year or less.
Right.
And they're like, no, we got this under control. We like how we do it. And I go, that's fucking fabulous. That's your choice. Do what you want to do. But I'm telling you, this is what I see and this is what's going to happen. And I have been right every single time.
Right.
I have not
And
screwed
you'll
them up
just
yet.
come out and say that to somebody.
I'll tell
Good for
them right
you.
away.
Tell them right to their
Tell them
face.
right
Yep.
away, you are my friends, and I'm watching you make mistakes that I've seen over and over and over again. And if I can help you and guide you, I'm here to
Yeah.
do so. And if you want me to shut the fuck up, then I'll shut up.
Right.
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 So
My advice,
that's
take it
what I
or
would
leave
say.
it.
Yeah, I
That's
got
what I
you.
would, exactly. And that's in anything. I always do that, you know. Somebody says to you, do you like my dress? Truthfully, no. I've seen you wear better stuff. It's not your color. It doesn't look great on you. That's my opinion. You can tell me to shut the hell up, or you can buy the dress or don't buy the dress.
Well, wait.
That's what Don't lie to
In a little defense here, women can get away with that. Guys can't get away with that, saying that to a woman. They can't.
Depends on who the woman is. In fact, men out there,
Yeah.
men, I would say that's how you pick your women. Okay?
Okay,
Yeah.
explain.
Yeah.
Explain.
Make sense? So
Explain.
if you've already got a woman that goes, does this look pretty on me? Do you like it? And you say, it's not my favorite color on you. I've seen you wear blue. I love blue versus red. Okay. Then she goes, oh God, thank you for not letting me go out of the house like this. Okay, let me go change. Right?
Yeah.
That's a cool chick. That's a cool chick.
Right.
You know what happened to me at Exotica? I'll give you an example at Exotica. Went out, wore a dress, went down, wore the dress all day at my booth. I don't know, which day did I meet you guys? This was I was wearing
Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
I was wearing the leopard, right?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. I was wearing the leopard with the leopard shoes. Okay.
Right.
And now it's Saturday night. It's my birthday. I'm in the elevator. This girl looks at me and she goes, oh my God, that's so much better, Coralyn. You wore the ugliest fucking shoes yesterday with that leopard outfit. I wanted to just tell you to take them off. And I go, bitch, why didn't you freaking tell me to take them off? No, what kind of girl are you? I was like,
Right. Yeah. Girl code. Come on.
I stayed by myself. I had my own room. I had nobody to look at and say like, hey, does this look okay? I went downstairs.
Yeah. You need
Nobody
that
said to me,
sometimes.
yeah, nobody said, hey, Coralyn, go back up and change your shoes. That looks awful to know. So that's how you can pick your girls. If she moans and groans and goes, well, wait, you called me fat or you don't like this color on me? Okay, I see how you are. I'd be like, oh, phew, glad I didn't put a ring on that.
She's not the right one.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I guess yeah, we're still no, okay. Now, in terms of Dee Dee and I, we are still in a little bit of of the growing thing going on. But I will admit, I really do like where I see us going so far,
Yay. Congratulations.
Yay. That's good news.
And my advice on that is communication is key.
Yes.
Being honest is key. And if you don't tell your partner what they're doing to annoy you or what they did to bother you, upset you, or hurt you, and then you don't tell the next time, and then you don't, and then it builds up, and all of a sudden you go,
snowballs.
You did this, and they're going, well, Jesus freaking Christ, you had told me like 8 months ago, like maybe we could have fixed that, right?
Right.
Mostly communication and saying what you like, what you don't like, what you want to try, what you don't want to try, and what drives you crazy about your partner. Just tell them. We all have kinks, especially when you're older. If I date somebody that's, I just recently ended a relationship with a man who was 55. Okay. But you see, he's never been married. He's never had a woman in his home. And he's got his routine of when he wakes up and how his routine goes and when he works out and what he has for breakfast. That's his routine, right? And if you take him out of that routine, he's not the same man, okay? But I understand that because that's his routine. So if I say to him, hey, listen, you're like super cool when we're back home in California or whatever, but the minute you go on a vacation with me, like you're a dickhead, Is it because I'm taking you out of your routine? You want him to look at you and be like, yes, can't stand being out of my routine. Just tell me. Just tell me. Instead, he was like, no. I don't have a problem leaving my routine. And I'm like, yeah, you fucking do have a big problem leaving your routine. But communicate.
Nice.
Right.
Very nice. Very nice. Very
Told you
nice.
I was a firecracker. I don't shut up, huh?
No. You're good. You're good. No, you know what? Like I said,
You're doing great for 4 hours of sleep.
Oh my gosh. I know. I went to sleep early last night. The party ended at 6 yesterday. We cleaned up, and then some of my staff wanted to go to like a local gay bar, and I was like, I'm out, guys. I can't keep my eyes open. I'm out. And then today I went shopping. That's why I was a little late, or I wasn't sure if I was going to make it back because I found the best store in the world.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
What kind of store?
just this little boutique store. Here, I'll advertise for her. She's going to love me. It's in Palm Springs, and it was called Tops and Tees. Okay? Tops and Tees.
Tops and tees. Okay.
You would think like T-shirts, right?
Right.
T-shirts
Yeah, that's exactly what just came to mind.
Right? Like a boring, and it was just down this little alley. And I was like, oh my God. My girlfriend looked at me and she goes, all right, I'm going to have a seat. She's my bartender. She sat down and I must have tried on 50 outfits, nothing over like $30, really, really cute stuff. All stuff for Exotica, like all that kind of clothing.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Wow. Wow. All right. We need something like
So
that
you were
over
having a
here.
ball.
What?
You were having a ball.
I was, and I was talking to Erica from PR, and I was like, Erica, is this audio or video? Can I do it on my phone while I'm shopping?
You know what?
thank you for reining it in.
I will say, she's had a full schedule since I've known her. I see her logo everywhere, and this has been for years. Now, we lost touch years ago.
Yeah, and then she knew you.
And yeah, we lost touch a long time ago, but I continue to see her logo everywhere, and it's just more and more people. I'm like, oh my God, how is this woman doing this?
She's, I like her. Everybody's got their opinions on other people. You know how that is. Oh, Coralyn's a bitch, or Coralyn this or whatever, and if you don't like me, that's fine. And if you don't want to work with me, that's fine, or whatever. Right. But Erica's a toughie.
Yeah.
And she'll tell you like it is.
Yeah.
And that's why I like her.
Yeah, she's no bullshit.
I'll tell her like it is. So she'll say to me, Coralyn, you can't really post that on Facebook, okay? And I'll go, but Erica, that's really how I feel. So, and she's like, oh, you're so mean. And I'm like, I know, that's why I love you. So, she'll tell you like it is, and she'll call you out on stuff if you do something that she doesn't think is appropriate to do in the position that you're in or whatever. And I'll call her out on stuff. So we click.
Yeah.
Your personalities connect.
Our personalities connect. We're both feisty. She's feisty too. But.
I was hoping while I was out in Vegas a few years ago, I was hoping to run into her, but it just never happened. It just never happened. Like I said, we lost touch. I mean, the magazine's been around. The magazine's been around for at least, oh my God, I want to say it's been 11, 12, 13 years.
Oh,
and
wow. I'm hoping that after next year AV ends, we can all have like a big reunion.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Another year.
That'd be cool. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, as we tip into the 1 hour and 3 minute mark,
Ooh,
I want you. It did, didn't it? It's so much fun. It's so much fun when you have a guest that can just blah. So
it's so much fun when you have a guest that just can't shut the fuck up.
Well, I didn't say that.
She's reading between the lines.
Naked News, they introduced me as they thought that their host, I think her name is Laura or Lori, they said we thought she had the mouth of the, what do you call it? The something of gab?
Oh, the gift of gab?
Gift of gab.
Yeah, they said until they came across Coralyn Jewel.
How was that? How was the Naked News?
That was fun.
Would you do that again?
Oh, absolutely. I would do it again. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to check that out. Because that is actually one of the sites that I was going to pull up. But then the opening picture that pops up is just straight boobs. And we can't put boobs on
You can't put boobs
YouTube.
on YouTube.
So, we could do that for just a regular podcast, but we can't do that for YouTube here. Yeah. But Coralyn, this has been amazing. Now,
thank you for having me, you guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, this was awesome. Yes, I really appreciate you taking the time for this. We're still growing. This is a new project. This is a new project for me. Baldy Bean Studios. It's an adult production studio. It's been around for years, quietly. because I just shoot so much. You know, I'm shooting mainstream stuff as well as all kinds of videos. But you
I
know,
haven't shot with you.
well,
Right.
you, my dear, you left out of here. You left out of New Jersey so fast. I didn't have time. Didn't have time.
I shot a lot. I was booked solid there too, shooting.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And nothing in Washington though.
I'll be in Key West.
I'll be in Kiosk with you, but I'm gonna fly there and I'll meet you there.
Sounds good.
Well, I'll be
That's
down
more my
there.
style.
I will be down there. I think we're probably gonna get on the road at like early on a Thursday. We'll get in there like mid to mid afternoon on Friday. We'll have
That's
the
what he thinks.
well, I mean, see, we'll definitely be there on Friday. That's a given. We'll definitely be there on Friday. It's just a matter of what time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the show is on Saturday. And then what I try to do is I try to set up shoots for Sunday, at the very latest Monday. If I don't have any shoots, then we're on the road Monday and be back here on Tuesday. So that's the plan. That's the way it's
So you're
been.
gonna be with no sleep too.
Yeah.
I can deal with that. I can deal with
You
that.
can hang, yeah.
I can deal with that.
Just energy drinks, lots of energy drinks.
Yeah, well, we don't want to do that because then we'll have to make too many pit stops to go pee. Don't want to do that. We want to get
That's
in
what
and get
bottles are
out.
for. Don't guys do that? Take bottles with them on road
Yeah,
trips?
you guys could take water bottles and stuff. I tried that. It
Yeah.
did not go so well in my
No,
boyfriend's
I'm
car.
sure it didn't.
No. He was
Isn't there
so mad.
something-
I was like,
Isn't there like a
"Sorry."
funnel, like a sheet? I forget what it's called. There's
Oh
something
my
you
God, I
can
could have brought a
use.
funnel.
Yeah, funnel.
Girl, we were like an oil
Yeah.
funnel.
I grew
Oil
up as a
funnel of
camper. I camping, so we had to do
Look
things.
at Tyler's face.
Oh my
I
God.
can see Tyler. You're driving, and we're us girls are in the back with our funnels and
Yeah,
our gallon
with our
bottles.
Oh,
funnels.
that'll be funny. That'll be funny.
You could film that. That's
Yeah, I was
that's
just gonna
content.
say, just have the
That's
camera back
probably
there.
a fetish.
Yeah, just put the camera back there. I've got a couple of GoPros. We can stick them up there. So let it happen.
Let it flow.
Yeah.
All right. So
All right, we'll start talking.
let's do this. Let's do this. Tell everyone the main place that they can find you and then where everything else will flow from.
So best one is CoralynJewel.com. Okay. CoralynJewel.com. From there, they can link to my Hanky Panky podcast. They can link to my my lube, my Jewels CBD lubricant, all of that. And then I'm gonna go and add all my links. I haven't even put that on there. I will add it to my to-do list right now. It's going in.
There you go.
Okay.
There it goes. All my links to my website will be on this evening.
So
Something
everyone,
you'll, in the future, delegate to your assistant.
Exactly. That's the text I should be doing right now to the assistant, right? Nope, I'm putting it in my own calendar.
everyone, here
Although I
it
have an
is.
employee that works for me, and I just asked him if he works my swingers events, if he wants to do this kind of stuff for me.
There you go.
Oh,
So
good.
here
Hopefully
it
it
is.
works out.
Everyone go to CoralynJewel.com, and from here you would be able to find anything and everything you need or want to know about Coralyn Jewel.
Nice.
Right?
All there under the About Us.
Oh, under the About Us. Okay, let's do that.
I think that's where it is. Yeah. If it's not, this is a good learning lesson for me.
Oh yeah, there we go. Look at
Navigating your own
these.
site.
Look at these.
So after DC, when are you going to be back on the East Coast?
I have some people that want to shoot me in Miami, so I'm going to work on a Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, and Miami trip. But I don't know the dates yet.
Nice.
Oh, okay. All right. So, do you have any more questions there, Dee Dee?
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay. Do you have any
tired.
questions for us?
No, I'm used to being
Um,
up this late.
No, I mean, let me know when you guys air it, and I will definitely put it out there for you.
Oh,
And,
absolutely.
I congratulate you on having it back and having it running, and I want you guys to know that I appreciate what you guys do because you do what I do, and that's all we need is enough of us out there to keep helping bridging the gap to acceptance and stopping the judgment on the adult industry or sex workers or webcam performers or, journalists in the industry or erotic story writers or whatever it may be, and people in alternative lifestyles. And you guys do what I do, and it just takes enough of us to get this word out there, and one person at a time will stop the judgment. That's all that matters.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Let's make this happen. Make it happen. Okay. So, everyone, this has been another episode of the BJB Show with your host, Tyler, Dee Dee, and our guest, Coralyn Jewel. All right? You guys enjoy, and let's go home.
Bye, Coralyn.
Bye, guys. Thanks again.
Peace.